Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Here's our Stromberg single barrel carburetor off of our 51 Dodge. You could see here the throttle shaft had a bunch of play, super sloppy, had an intake leak there. What I ended up doing was getting a carburetor kit from Mike's Carburetors. You could see him on YouTube. He's got a lot of YouTube channels. Go online, check him out. He's got rebuild kits for almost everything. A lot of the vintage stuff. This kit was pretty nice. Came with instructions, came with accelerator pump, gaskets, diaphragms. So what I ended up doing was putting an O-ring behind the little accelerator pump arm right there. I looked into rebushing it, but it was going to cost too much, or I just didn't want to chance ruining the body. But here we go. We got the kickstand switch installed. Got that cleaned up. We're going to go ahead and get this rebuilt. Here's our rebuilt Stromberg BXVES-3. Here's the dash pot solenoid that I repaired. I'm going to throw some paint on there just so it looks a little nicer. But we went ahead and we rebuilt it using the kit. So it comes with a new dash pot, plunger, accelerator pump plunger, gasket, diaphragm, all that kind of stuff, little metering jets and things. So we're going to go ahead and get this back installed on the car and see how it works. Alright, so we got our carburetor rebuilt and installed. I need to wire up the dash pot solenoid. I might need to run some wires down to the transmission. I don't know if I could just pull them right off of here. I got to look at the wiring diagram. But we're going to go ahead and see if the car will fire up and run. And if you hear that music in the background, that's DJ Caleb. He's back there playing his piano, so enjoy his tunes. Okay, so I think what we need to do is open the throttle plate just a little bit more. I had it like pretty much all the way closed, so we're going to go another half a turn, and we're one turn out on the mixture screw. Let's see if the choke is working. All right, here we go. Attempt number 2. See, I don't see the choke opening. Seems like that choke should be closing a little more than it is. Might need to adjust the choke. I don't know. Pretty sure I got that hooked up correctly. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you have to hold the throttle down. There we go. Now we just got to let it warm up and see how it does off choke. don't like that. We gotta turn that idle up. Hold on, son. Let it just warm up a little bit. At this point, the choke is all the way open. We want to let the engine get a little warmer. It's still pretty cold. It's running pretty smooth. It's running way better than it was. Alright, so we're pretty warmed up here on the temp. I got my tack set up here, just connected to ground and then to the coil. Shows that we're just, I think the idle is supposed to be about 450. RPM low. Let's see where we are. We're on RPM high. So there's 1,000 RPMs on the bottom of the sweep right here. You see that, the bottom of the sweep. So we probably could crank it up just a little bit. We're about 350, 400. Let me just crank it up a little bit. Now we're reading about 450. Now probably when we put the air cleaner on, it might drop down a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the air cleaner on now, and then I could adjust the idle and the mixture. I gotta get this oil bath air filter back on here. So like that. Put a little fender blankie on this radiator so I don't melt my arm. This support bracket screw in. Ooh, hot on the armpit. And then tighten this little wing nut guy down. maybe? Ow, that's my ear on the hood. Yeah, bud. Huh? Keys? Where are you gonna go? To the movies?
Yeah, movies.
Movies? Popcorn?
Yeah, go for movies.
Popcorn movies?
Please, go
Please.
for movies. Daddy, go. Daddy, go. Daddy, go.
Hold on, bud.
Go. Daddy first. Daddy first.
Okay, now we need to get the actual air cleaner on. Try to get it kind of close because it is oily.
Daddy, go.
Got a nice little wing nut here. Screwdriver here, trying to mess with this mixture screw. Maybe turn the idle up just a little bit. It's about a quarter of a turn on the idle screw. Now I'm going to turn the air mixture screw in just until it starts to stumble. Let's go slow. That right there starts to stumble, it's leaning out. Back it off until we get a smooth idle. Right there, smoothing out. And once it gets too rich, it'll start stumbling again. Starting to stumble a little bit. Back in to where it stumbles. Right there. Back it off about a quarter of a turn. A little bit more. Nice smooth idle right there. Okay, now we can go ahead and set our RPMs now. Now we're up about 600-700. We need to bring that idle down. About 550. Let's go down a little bit more. We're about right at 500. probably pretty good. It's bouncing right between 400 and 500. Check for leaks. Seems pretty good. It's time for a road test. Go ahead and take all this equipment off. Go ahead and take it for a road test. Alright guys, here we are. Took her out for a road test. Shift's good. Running pretty smooth. Tiptoe shifted. Doing pretty good. No stalling when we come to a stop. Like I said, I got to look at that wiring diagram and see how those dashpot solenoid wires are supposed to run. I think one of them comes off the kickdown switch for the ground, and then the other one, I think it comes off of like the shift solenoid. So I think when it like downshifts into first, it applies power. It's supposed to suck up that little check ball. Take it back here on the old little test ride loop. See how it does coming to a stop. Downshift, no stalling. So that's a cool thing with these Mopars. If you got a fluid drive or a gyromatic like this, you don't need to use the clutch when you come to a stop. Let off the gas, shifts. Breaking the land speed record here, 50 miles an hour. All right guys, well thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one.